What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So we got something here from David from Moose on the Loose. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. Very popular channel, big fan of his. And Mark Nixon actually clipped something from a video he made, and Ryan Garrettson reposted it saying, a must watch. 91% of Carney's portfolio is US based. Elbows up. Well, that's interesting. So let's check out this video here. It's a few minutes long, but again, David does great work. So let's see what he's got to say here.
I've been sorting through the data, all of this stuff here, all of these assets that he has. He owns stocks in all of this stuff. Like, look at all these companies. So I spent hours sorting this data, running it through multiple different AI programs to organize it. And I wanted to know the origin of the country that these companies are headquartered. What country do they operate out of? Because
that's a lot of investments, by the way. And again, I'm not too familiar with AI. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, maybe he just ran the companies through ChatGPT or something, or Grok maybe, and saw where they were from, which I have no idea how accurate that is. I'm basically clueless when it comes to AI. I've barely ever used it, maybe to create a couple pictures for a thumbnail, but that's it. So I'm not sure exactly how that works. And also, again, please don't forget to like and subscribe before we continue. It really does help grow the channel. All right, let's continue here.
This tells a lot about Mark Carney. Are a lot of these in China? Are they in India? Are they America? Are they in UK? Are they in Canada? You think most of his investments should be in Canada? I think most of them should be in Canada, considering he's Prime Minister of Canada. After processing this, and I should just note here, I've not verified all of these because there's a lot of work to verify them, which I will eventually, but I have cross-referenced all of these with multiple AI. They came up with the exact same list except one. There's a total of 568 of these assets, these companies that Mark Carney's invested in. Take a deep breath, because this is pretty shocking. This list here has Canada, France, Netherlands, and the UK companies all together. If we scroll here, you can see not that many. It's just this here, the United Kingdom. Zoom in here, you got Rolls-Royce. Once again, I haven't verified all these, so some of these may be wrong, but both AI systems had it pretty close down to one. And the Canadian investments, what is Mark Carney holding? Waste Connections, Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway, Canadian Natural Resources. 3 companies. Mark Carney's invested in 3 Canadian companies, 2 in France, 4 in Netherlands, and about 24 in the United Kingdom. How many holdings does he have in America? This should explain everything about what's going on with the tariffs. Let me just zoom out for you. Let me zoom out a little bit more. How about some more? I can't even.
Is this real? And again, I'm not trying to question David or Moose's character or anything like that. He did say he had to double check. It's not 100% verified. And again, I'm not sure exactly how he did this, but if this is true, this is insane. Elbows up, I'm here for Canada, but yet he's got 91% of his investments in American companies? Weren't we all told by the mainstream media and all these liberal idiots to stop buying US products? Again, Mark Carney's not going to the store buying a bottle of American whiskey or anything like that, but he's investing in their companies, which means he has a vested interest in America's economy. The better these companies do, which are part of the economy, the more money he makes. So is it elbows up for Canada, or is it elbows up for America here?
And show you. Look at this. This is all the American companies the guy's invested in. It's so small, it doesn't even fit on the screen. I had to make 2 lists. It was so long. These are all American companies. You can zoom in here. American Intel Group, American Tower Corp, American Airlines, Johnson & Johnson. Look how many American companies is like. There's no way he wants the American economy to go down when he's invested in roughly 530 companies in America. There's 568 companies on this list, and there's roughly about 30 here. Is this elbows up, or did Canadians get duped? Mark Carney is not working for Canada, he's working for America. I predicted this 4 months ago that he was working for America. He went to China as a US business leader. Are we surprised with this gargantuan list of US investments? This is absolutely unbelievable. So once again, I'll go through and I'm going to verify all of.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, it's so shocking, it is unbelievable. And again, he did say he has to verify everything. So, this isn't set in stone, but David does great work. And of course, I'm not going to sit here and criticize him for coming out and purposely lying or anything. I don't think he would do that. I think he's got a lot of integrity. With that being said, this is so shocking, it's hard to believe. But that being said, I trust his work, so I tend to believe it. Now, if it's not true, if he can't verify it, fair enough. I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. But if this is true, I mean, my God. This should be shown and shared everywhere. And if someone wants to debunk it, then they can go ahead and share that as well. But again, David did say he has to verify it. If this is true, if this is completely verifiable, you'd think this would be like all over mainstream media, right? And David could send it to CBC, CTV, etc., etc., etc. They'll never cover it. The National Post probably would, and maybe some others. But the liberal bought and paid for media, they'd never show this to you. Which is clear manipulation of votes, but hey, that's not illegal. But it's crazy. It's crazy that people voted for a guy who's elbows up for America, it seems. This is insane. Like, sorry to keep pausing the video. It's just a few more minutes long, but this is shocking.
It will take me some time to do that, but when I ran it through AI, the only one that came up difference between the two of them was Waste Connections, and I did verify this one is in Canada. They do a lot of their business in Texas, but their headquarters is in Ontario. The key thing we're gonna have to look for now, specifically with this list of 103, is Mark Carney inflating the value of these companies. Because remember back when Justin Trudeau announced free heat pumps for Canadians?
To be blunt, the price signal on heating oil is not resulting in enough people being able to switch to electric heat pumps, despite people wanting to move to these cleaner home heating options.
Nobody wants to move to heat pumps, Justin, because most people, unless you live on Vancouver Island, most people have temperatures that get too low for heat pumps to work. But they knew that. But it was all about pumping up Brookfield and Trane and other heat pump companies' stock value.
As a government that is focused on evidence and data and outcomes, and that is listening to Canadians, we heard you. We heard our Atlantic MPs, and we heard Atlantic Canadian.
The only thing this guy heard was the sound of money going into his bank account.
People wanted to do the right thing. They weren't necessarily given the option or the ability to do it. To make sure that we are still leading in the fight against climate change, that we are unwavering.
So his unwavering support was to jack the value of companies like Trane. You can see here, Trane Technologies. This is Brookfield Asset Management Portfolio Holdings. Trane, which produces heat pumps in Canada. They've got $2.77 million, almost $3 million worth. I'm really surprised the media didn't pick this up late last year. I broke this story. I stumbled upon this upon accident, and all you have to do is look at the time here, Justin Trudeau making this announcement on October 26, 2023. This here is Trane Technologies. You can see up here their stock chart. Justin Trudeau gets in right here, and you can start to see this thing starting to cook. And if we zoom in, when exactly is October 26, 2023? Where would you guess it is? It's right there. He announces free heat pumps, and look at the price of the stock here. How many liberals got rich off of this? This is what we're looking for here. That list of 103, all of these have the potential to do this. This is what we look for, because these guys are a bunch of scoundrels. Sure, they'll say, oh, it's in a blind trust. There's so many ways for them to get around this. They can give $100,000 to their sister as a Christmas gift with a note that says, invest this in Trane Technologies or whatever. One of these companies, one of these 103. Invest in one of these companies because someone's brother or sister, their aunt, is not going to be subject to conflict of interest disclosure.
I mean, that's absolutely wild. Once David verifies everything, I really hope he posts another video, because and again, I don't doubt it. It doesn't, like, it's shocking, but at the same time, it's like when you hear something like that, it's like, yeah, I can see that happening. But when you see the list like that on paper, it's just like, he had to zoom out. You couldn't even see the whole thing. This is absolutely shocking. It's absolutely insane. But again, you know, it's just like, you mean the Liberal government lied? Maybe that's why Carney doesn't want to release his asset list, and said that he keeps saying that he's following all the rules, and gets visibly upset when he says it. Probably because he's hiding something, just like he's hiding this. And again, David could send this to the mainstream media. If they're being paid for by the Liberal government, they'll never show it. Never, ever, ever will they show that. It's unfortunate because, you know, the news is supposed to be news. And to be fair, David said he has to verify this, so let's see what happens. But I mean, again, if this is true, this is like bombshell level news. But here's the crazy part. If you showed one of these elbows up morons this, even after verified, they'll find a way to not believe it. I just don't believe our government's corrupt after 10 years of massive corruption. That's how they think. You know, they're stuck in their ways. They can't be convinced. You know, they're probably on their 27th booster shot. What can you do about that? Like, some people just can't be convinced. But swing voters should look at this. So do David a favor, do myself a favor, do us all a favor. Share the hell out of this video so everyone sees it. And then we'll check back and hopefully he can verify everything, because that's quite the breaking news there. And again, David does great work. Go check out Moose on the Loose if you haven't already. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section, because I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. Thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly with a new one.